Hello, this video is if you are a monthly subscriber. Now, hopefully you'll be getting your monthly subscription box in the next couple of days and you'll be getting a little letter in here. And there have been some changes coming to the Rose Press Garden for a little while now. So I just wanted to take this opportunity to share a little bit of what's going on and also a little bit of a milestone and kind of check-in, because it was about this time last year that I quit my job and kind of worked on the business full time. So yeah, I guess this is just a little bit of an update from me, a little bit of an explanation of what's going on with your letters, and also just to chat through all the exciting things that are coming up as part of being a subscriber, because yeah, I started the business and it was just flower seeds, and now it is so much more. Your feedback has been amazing. It's really helped to shape where I want the box to go and where I want my whole brand to go in the future. And it is more than just seeds. So yeah, the subscription box is going to change and reflect that. And I am really excited because there are so many changes coming, and they all really help you to create the most beautiful garden that you can. And that's why I started the business. I started the business when I was in the back garden of my new build house here in Norfolk. I had a complete pile of mud and rubble, and I ordered some flower seeds to see how I could start to add some colour and add some prettiness and add some beautifulness into this, what is quite frankly a pile of lump of mud, and with just some fences around it. And the package arrived in a boring white bashed up envelope with some adverts that clearly weren't aimed at my age range, and I just had this absolute wave of frustration of being like, young people garden too. There is absolutely no brand out there that attracts me as a new beginner younger gardener. Everything's so confusing, everything's in Latin, everything just seems to be overcomplicated with vermiculite and perlite, and what does that even mean? So I wanted to start my own business and brand. I had a background in marketing, which has been so helpful for running this business. And yeah, I mean, what started as an idea in my back garden has now turned into me quitting my job and running this full time. I mean, when I quit my job, I had hardly any subscribers. I took a complete leap of faith. I had no idea how this year was going to go, and thankfully it's gone okay. There's been some massive ups and some very downy downs, but that's part of running a business, and I'm just so grateful to everyone who has bought something off my website or subscribed to the Rose Press Garden monthly gardening subscription. Now, it all started with flower seeds. If any of you have been around a while, you'll have had the first ever advent calendar. So this year was the third iteration. So the first year I sold it on Etsy. It was a great advent calendar. So many of you loved it, but I hope you agree that last year's was much better, and I can promise you this year's is even better. And then I kind of you all saying who had your advent calendars, oh my gosh, what's coming next? So I did some gift collections like Cosmos collections and sunflower collections and sweet pea collections, and again, some of you might have kind of joined me at that point. And it wasn't until around then I thought, actually, there's nothing that's a monthly subscription. If you just sow and grow things and plant bulbs, etc., every single month of the year, all the year round, you never miss anything. You make sure that you obviously don't get the flowers straight away, but it means that in a few months' time, everything is ticking along. So it takes a few months to build up and get to the point where they're all flowering, but then you extend the season and you can create a beautiful garden for really what isn't very much money per month, versus going into a garden centre and having to fill your trolleys up. So yeah, and then since then I found out I had a place at RHS Chelsea. I would never have done that if COVID hadn't happened. I would never done any of this if COVID hadn't happened. And obviously COVID was so sad for so many people, and it is awful what happened, but there is a positive from my experience, which was that I was able to kind of quit my job, do this, and RHS Chelsea was moved from what's usually in May to September, and the advent calendars flew in September. By that point I'd quit my job, so I was like, if this doesn't work, I'm gonna have to just stop running this business and go back to doing something else. But thankfully it did, and I met so many amazing people at RHS Chelsea. It was incredible. And then since then I've been doing everything that I can to, I guess, make this subscription and make the product as best as possible. I've got an incredible designer, Amy, who gets the brand. She's been here right from the start. She's the most amazing person. She's recently moved into her first home as well, so some gardening bits heading her way so she can grow tulips in pots and all sorts. But I love working with her. She's incredible, and she's just done such a great job with my brand. So there are big things like moving from plain cardboard boxes to my own beautiful branded boxes, which I hope you agree are stunning. and there is so much more to come from a branding perspective. I'm very, 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 very excited. I was going to keep this a secret, but to be honest, if you're 5 minutes into watching this, then you can know. I'm going to go into fully branded envelopes, so they're being printed soon, which is very exciting because at the moment I get plain envelopes and sticker them on, and it's very time consuming. So getting them fully printed will just look so much more professional, and it's something I've wanted to do for my brand for so long, but you have to hit the volumes to be able to justify the quantity and the price. So yeah, very, very excited about that. So they're starting, I hope, from January onwards, but I'll keep you updated. So that's been something I've been working on for months going, and Amy's, going to be busy designing them all and finalising the varieties. Yeah, and then obviously the launch of the garden design elements has come in. So I went on a course. One of the things that you guys love is the how-to videos, and I really want to do more of those going forwards, and I will be. So that is very, very exciting because it just means that I can educate you, you can learn so much new stuff. So yeah, garden design has been amazing. I do the bespoke border packages. They've been by far the most popular, and it's been so lovely to meet so many of you, to chat about your gardens, to chat through mood boards and kind of what's going to flower at different times of year, and to make sure that you're really confident in your garden. And then I've done some garden designs as well, slightly less of those because obviously they're a little bit more expensive, but I've been going and visiting people here around Norfolk in person, and speaking to so many of you virtually online as well. And what's normally £3 to £5 grand for like an average kind of small to medium sized garden to get it fully designed, I'm offering bespoke borders packages for £60 and £120. So it is, yeah, a really, really cost effective way. And my big belief here is that gardening shouldn't be expensive, and that you should be able to create your own beautiful garden easily and simply, and without it being too much faff. And then the next thing that's happened is obviously I've launched my advent calendars recently, and I'm so excited about the advent calendar this year. It's proving to be very, very popular already, which I'm so grateful for, but I still have one hell of a lot of stock still to sell. So please tell all of your friends and all of your family all about the advent calendar. I've been having some very, very exciting conversations about where the Rose Press Garden is going to go in the future. I've had garden centres approach, farm shops, local shops, big online retailers, big retailers that you will definitely know, but I'm not ready yet to go into garden centres because there are so many of you still online that I can speak to and reach, and hopefully that'll be something I can do in the future. We're trying to take each step, each step as we go. There is a very annoying fly in here, but I'm really excited about it because it means there's another thing for Rose Press Garden to go after in the future. But right now I really just want to focus everything on making this subscription the best subscription in the world, and I think it's been fabulous, and your feedback has been amazing. I've got over 145 star reviews on Trustpilot out of 141. One lady gave me 4 stars because she didn't like the seeds, which was like a bit ironic, but anyway, I won't dwell on that because there's been so many of you who've written such lovely feedback. Anyway, I'm rambling now. The whole point of this was to chat about the letter that's been in your subscription box. So we're moving to a fulfillment company, which is very, very exciting. So I'm going to have my own part of a warehouse within a bigger warehouse. I looked at getting my own warehouse. It was so expensive. And then you have the risk of having your own staff. You have to make sure that they're in. And obviously my stuff is so seasonal. When the bulbs come in, it's all hands on deck. And then when the dahlias come, it's all hands on deck. And then it does just genuinely go a bit quiet towards the end of December, beginning of January, when all of you guys are kind of busy partying and having Christmas, and then other quiet parts. Like now is probably my quietest time of the year because all your beautiful flowers are growing in your garden, which is amazing. So the subscription keeps me ticking along during those months, but having this fulfillment company will make such a difference because it means I can take all of my stock and everything. So these will all be heading down there to my little section of the warehouse. I've got an amazing team, and the same team work on my products. They'll work on maybe kind of 2 or 3 brands and pack those until I get big enough, hopefully, that it can have some people full time. But it just gives me the flexibility, but it does obviously increase the cost, but it is the best decision I think for me right now. And I've been speaking to a lot of other entrepreneurs who are in my situation who are like, yeah, two years in, and they're trying to do everything themselves, and it gets to the point where they just can't anymore, and they sacrifice sacrifice the content and the videos and all of the kind of forward planning because they're just standing there making boxes. And I love packing up all your orders, but I am really looking forward to, I'm not going to lie, someone else packing them and me being able to do all of the stuff that's added value for you guys. So I'm moving in the next couple of weeks, which is why it's been a little bit hectic over here. And then they're going to start packing the advent calendars, sending those out and finishing those. They're going to be doing the subscription boxes. They're going to get straight into bulbs and sending those all out. Probably going to be October, which is exactly the right time to plant them all. I hate it when brands send bulbs in the middle of August and you're like, you can't plant them yet, and then people plant them too early and then they don't work. So let's make sure that we're planting our bulbs at the right time. So I promise I will not send you bulbs until it's the right time to plant, because if not, you have to look after them, you have to put them somewhere, and then you forget where they are, you forget to plant them, and then you get to spring and think, oh, there's loads of daffodil bulbs here, and that's because they've sent them too early. So yeah, we will send them at the right time for you. And then they go into kind of getting everything ready for Christmas, and then obviously subscriptions, and then dailies again. So and other summer bulbs. So kind of, yeah, just going to constantly go round. So yeah, I'm also introducing plants for the first time ever, bare root and actual plants, which is very, very, very exciting, and something I've wanted to do for a long time, but I wanted to do it when the time is right. So there'll be a trial this month of some plants, and I'm hoping that every month I can have something new and special for full grown plants that you can go for. And the full grown plants are going to be things that you can't grow from seed and you can't grow from bare root, which means that it is stuff that you would have otherwise you can't do it in a cheaper way. I won't be offering things like cosmos that you can easily grow from seed. I won't be offering plants of those because you can easily grow them, and I don't, I want you to have the cheapest, bestest way of growing a beautiful garden easily. Anyway, if you're a monthly subscriber, there you go. That was my ramble of where the business has been so far. And if anyone's still here with me, thank you, because I'm now going to explain what is in your subscription box. So it says, hello, I can't thank all of you enough for subscribing. As I mentioned before, I quit my job because so many of you took the plunge and believed in me so early on. And we have created this amazing community of gardeners. It's so lovely to see you all posting and then following each other and chatting about your gardens and what's going in the subscription box. And I really want to make that a bigger part of the subscription ongoing. That's a bit more of a longer term plan, because when I do it, I want to do it really, really well. But in the meantime, there are so many new things coming. I love the fact that you tag me in all your posts when they arrive. It's my favourite thing. I love sending the boxes out because it's a massive sense of relief and that they're all on their way to you. I really, really love a couple of days later when you start to share them and how excited you all are, because I put so much thought and effort into every single box. When the subscription started, it was February, not this year, the year before. And at that point, the Rose Press Garden was purely seeds. So I priced the box at purely seeds. Everything was about seeds, so the letterbox element, etc. Then I wanted to try bare roots and bulbs, and you guys went absolutely nuts for it. I saw the most people join my subscription those months. You really, really enjoyed it. And I just had this little light bulb moment that was like, actually, I think there's some more potential here. Now, as you all know, everything's going up in price, which is really affecting me and my business at the moment. I'm also VAT registered, so if you hit an X amount of turnover, you then have to pay 20% off of the price of your box. So when you start to think £15 minus the VAT, minus the postage, it doesn't leave me very much to play with. So the price of the subscription could have stayed the same if it was just seeds, but the feedback from you guys is that you've got too many seeds some months, it's a bit overwhelming, there's too much going on, and that you love the bulbs and the bare roots because it's something different and something new that you can learn. So I've decided to put the price of the box up to £20, but you are going to be getting so many extras, which is really, really exciting. And I will continue to donate the £1 from every box to charity, to Green Fingers Charity, which is so important to me and something I did not want to compromise on because they are such a fabulous charity. So yeah, it's very, very exciting because there's so many new things coming. So from the 1st of October, so this is obviously putting this video out in August, and you will still be paying £15 for the August box, the September box, and then in October it will go up to £20, and it will go up automatically. You won't need to do anything. If you do want to cancel, then just send me an email, Lizzie, Lizzie@therosepressgarden.com, and I'll cancel it for you, no questions asked. But if you would like to stay with me, which I would be very grateful for, then and yeah, it's going to be banging, so please do stay. Then you don't need to do anything, but you can also log into your online portal. If you have any problems logging in, then again, just email me and I'll set you up and show you how to set up your own password. And you can skip them. You could do every other month, and if you know you don't want to spend that much money but you want to kind of keep the subscription, you could do one every quarter. It's totally up to you. You've got complete control of your subscription. But the new things that are coming is that there will be plants, so fully sized, fully grown plants. We'll be having bare root plants, lots more bulbs, lots more seeds, labels, pens, you name it, is going in the subscription box. And it means that each month will be totally different, and it's still the same principle. Every single month that you receive something is something to sow, grow or plant that month. There will also be an increase in the learning side of the business. I don't know why I did that for learning, because we will learn. But it gives me more time. Moving to the fulfillment company means that I can spend more time doing how-to videos, doing questions and answers on my Instagram stories, which I know you guys love. But there will also be some exclusive subscriber content. Now, I know lots of you are like, well, I'm subscribing. How come everyone gets to see this? And it's part of my kind of belief and value at the Rose Press Garden that everyone should be able to kind of learn about gardening, but that I will be sharing some exclusive stuff just for subscribers, just so that you feel a little bit more special, and that you get things that are really relevant to you in your subscription box, which I'm very excited about. There'll also be a dedicated WhatsApp number, so I know some of you worry about messaging me on DMs, and it's really hard for me to keep up on DMs if you have very, very specific questions about plants in your garden. But you can just WhatsApp me. So it means even if I'm out and about, I can see everything and go back to it any time, and hopefully kind of be able to reply to you at all hours of the day, especially when you're sowing your seeds and you've got questions in the here and now. So I'm very, very excited about that. And that all of this information will be in your box in September and October. Probably October when we start, I'll then start to tell you a bit more about these things. And then we'll also, which I'm probably the most excited about, we'll also be having a monthly gardening lesson. So I guess lesson probably be like a little get together over a gardening topic, nothing too formal, different topics. So like year-round colour, how to maximise your garden, top garden design tips. Maybe one month we might do how to look after a mature garden. One day might be how to start completely from scratch in a new build. So each month will be totally different, but it'll be something that's really relevant. Even if you know, learning how to build a new build garden from scratch, even if you have a mature garden, there'll be things that you can pick up. And then at the end of each session, there'll be an open session for you guys to chat, to ask me questions, and chat to each other as well. And like I said, I will still be donating the money to charity, which is really important. Having a really, really good value for money subscription box is really, really important to me. Having started a garden from scratch, when you buy your first home, or you know you've got kids or something, you know, there isn't a lot of money in the pot, but it's really important that I give you the best value. And by putting the price of the subscription up just slightly, by £5 a month, means I can offer you so much more than just seeds. I made a loss on some of the boxes previously that had kind of bare roots and things on, because I wanted to get so many people into the subscription and do it as a bit of a trial. But I know that you guys love it. The feedback has been really consistent, so I really feel like this is the right move. Yeah, it's a little bit more money, but you are going to get so much more from me. And yeah, I just want to say thank you to everyone who loves the box, who's been there for me over the past few years. And I'm just really excited to share all of the exclusive seeds next year, all of the kind of exclusive subscriber content, all of the gardening monthly lessons that we're going to have, all the how-to videos online, all of the sew-alongs and Instagram lives that we can do together. And yeah, this is just the start. Let's see what happens next. But a big thank you. Thanks for being part of my journey. And if you have any questions at all, please email me or send me a message. And I hope you enjoy your subscription boxes in the next few months.